Stone Paxton Music and Life, welcome to my channel. For all those that are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit like, and also make sure you hit that bell to get the notifications for all my latest videos. Stone Paxton Music and Life, and I am back again, you guys, and with another one. The title of this, and this is going to be done in parts. I'm not going to call it story time. I mean, we could call it story time, but we're not going to call this story time. It's not so much of a story time, but it's really informative, and it's something that most people are not aware of, that should be aware of, especially African Americans. This is a story that will touch a lot of people, but it'll also be a story that will have you enraged when you really start to realize some of these things that I am going to share with you, and you start unpacking the history of the BS and the buffoonery that's been going on behind this story, which is the legendary B.B. King. Now, the title of my part 1 through whatever, if I'm going to go, I don't know how far I'm going to go with this, but we're going to talk about this in parts. And I call it the theft of a king. The theft of the king, and we're talking about the legendary B.B. King and all of the things that seem to have been going on since he has passed away and before he passed away. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on with B.B. King and his estate. Now, this story is really close and dear to my heart, and the reason why is Patty King, which is B.B. King's daughter, is like my mother. I call her mom. She calls me son. She always has from the day that she met me. Real story, not made up. Okay? So we're going to get into this story. And the title of the story that I'm going to read to you, and like I said, I'm going to do this in parts because there's some things that are not in the story that I'm going to share with you. And these things are not allegedly. These things are true that I will share with you. This is part 1. The title of the story I'm about to read to you is called Royalty Rumble, B.B. King's family embroiled in a bitter legal dispute over the late legendary singer's estate, and it's costing them millions. It involves sales revenues derived from the restaurant, clubs, and even cruise lines. I know what you're saying. B.B. King had cruise lines? No, but his name and his likeness was being used in restaurants and cruise lines all over the world. People love B.B. King restaurants. They love the name B.B. King barbecue. They love B.B. King this, B.B. King that. But it's not his family benefiting from this intellectual, let's call it what it is. It seems more like an intellectual property grab and stealing that from right under the family's nose. And they've been having a hard time battling the powers that be that are doing this. Okay, hold on. And we're going to get into this story because, like I said, this is personal to me, which is why I'm doing this story. And we're going to do it in parts. And this is part 1, the theft of a king, part 1. B.B. King, when you think of B.B. King and the African-American community, everybody feels close to feeling like B.B. King is that uncle, is that grandfather they knew. It doesn't matter about the young generation not knowing about B.B. King. As soon as their mothers, their fathers and grandfathers say B.B. King, even the young generation know who B.B. King is, because we have made B.B. King a fabric of the African-American community because we embraced him, because he was always a real person and he stayed in touch spiritually and physically with his people and his community. So that's something that has been near and dear to a lot of African Americans' hearts. Now, you might not think so, but black people love B.B. King. They do. Let's get into the story. The family of B.B. King is embroiled in a fierce legal dispute over the legendary blues singer's estate, which is costing them millions. The tussle stems from a lengthy battle over the use of the icon's name, image, likeness, and in particular about his family's rights to open a restaurant named after him. Now, I'll read that again. A tussle stems from a lengthy battle over the use of the icon's name, his image, his likeness, and in particular about his family's rights to open a restaurant named after him. Yes, 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 you heard me right. They are fighting with his family because they don't want the family to use the rights to their father, their grandfather, his name. They don't want the family to use the name, but they want to use it. Now, who is they? You know, who is they? The they is always the people that's not the family. Now, the they will get into in the other parts, who the theys are. Okay? But we're going to go even deeper than that. Oh, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to take you guys even deeper into the story. But here's the thing. How dare people continue to do the same thing that they have done over and over again to black artists? This drives me crazy. This also makes me think about artists in the future. This makes me think about myself as an artist, right? When you start to see how people try to steal people's intellectual property, and somehow they come up with this magical reason why African Americans' families should not be in control of the intellectual property of their fathers, their brothers, their sisters, whoever in their family was that celebrity. They start to feel as if, oh, you're not qualified to handle your family's business, but we got you. We'll take it and we'll run the name, pimp the name out, do whatever we got to do, make all the money, and we'll give you what we want to give you. That's what we're going to do. We're going to give you what we want to give you, and you're going to shut up and you're going to take it. This is what's being done on a regular basis to a lot of celebrities after they pass away and their families have to fight for their likeness. So I say to any artist, major artists that know me, that are watching this, that are going to watch this, get your business in order before you're no longer here so that your family doesn't have to fight over the rights for your name. Get your business in order. Let's go deeper. It's crazy. An attorney alleged the King family has lost millions of dollars in an unpaid income and royalties. Now, entertainment attorney Joaquin McCoy, who is not involved in the case, by the way, he's accused a firm of greed after it argued that the King's relatives don't hold the rights to open a diner. As I'm looking at this, it's just crazy. It's the same story of the ripoff tactics that they do to rip off African Americans of their family history. Let me read it again, man, because it just bothers me as I'm reading it to see how it's just easy for them to think it's okay to do this. An entertainment attorney, Joaquin McCoy, he gave his opinion. He's not involved in the case. He has accused the firm of greed after it argued that the King's relatives do not own the rights to open a dinery. You know, here's my thing. I get it. There's a lot of practicality that happens in business, right? And there's a lot of things that were based on principle, contracts, and the things that were signed. Mr. King could have signed something. But when he passes away, for somebody to say the family doesn't have the rights unless he signed it over, and I'm sure he didn't. How dare these people get so greedy and they want to live off of it? They act like B.B. King was their father, their grandfather. It's always amazing to me how this can happen, but it happens all the time. McCoy, citing court filings, said that the actions of the Tennessee-based Tenco Holdings could have allegedly cost the King family multi-millions of dollars in unpaid income, royalties, and brand exploitation. The singer earned more than $100 million throughout his stellar career, and he had an estimated net worth of more than $10 million when he passed away, when he died at the age of 89 in Las Vegas, 2015. The Clark County Court in Nevada has been asked to settle the case following allegations of financial misconduct and exploitation tied to the blues icon's name and legacy. McCoy, a high-profile civil rights entertainment attorney based in San Francisco, spoke out after stumbling on the active B.B. King estate legal case. Now, let me explain something to you. The attorney McCoy, he saw it. He saw the case and he took it upon himself to speak up on behalf of Mr. King and the family. He said, yo, this is highway robbery. These people are robbing the family and the estate. This is not cool. He stumbled over the actor B.B. King estate legal case while reviewing a recent online court filings, and he was compelled to speak. He was just like, this is unbelievable that people continue to rob black families of their legacies. It's a heist, you guys. And if you don't believe it's a heist, I dare you to go to look up any black artist. And I will dare you to try and find anything positive of them uplifting the family and helping the family gain what they're supposed to gain. It's always a heist with African-American artists. We know why, but it's always a heist. They're always coming in to rob and pretend like they're saving the family, but in reality, they're coming in to rob. Okay, this attorney, Mr. McCoy, has no involvement in the dispute, but he told the U.S. Sun that his interest was he was just because he was troubled by what he had saw. He read it and he saw it and he was just bothered, and he spoke up. That's a good thing. McCoy, a licensed agent for athletes in the NFL and NBA and other sports, added, "It is in my heart to support the King legacy, as well as other artists. Mr. King just wanted to play his guitar." Sir McCoy, Mr. McCoy, I'm speaking to the attorney, McCoy. Hold on. I want to make sure I got his proper name. They don't say, I'm trying to see if they say his first name. Let me get his first name. Because what I want to say to him is thank you. Thank you. I've had to sit many nights and listen to my mom, Patty King, tell me all the stories for years after her father passed away and all the stuff that she had to go through, her and the family. Many nights, many stories, many sittings at restaurants, and her sharing detailed information with me about all the bullshit that she was dealing with. So I appreciate Attorney McCoy, Mr. McCoy, based out of San Francisco. Thank you for having a heart. Thank you for speaking up for the King family. That's beautiful. Mama King appreciates you. Everybody involved appreciates you. It takes people to speak up. But there's other people that are involved. Some names I won't mention. Some I will. If they're in here, I'm going to mention them, right? Because this is on the record, right? He said he's here to help the artists, the King family, and other artists. He said, but you have corporations who want to destroy families, and the families aren't getting the revenues they are owed. This is a theme throughout a lot of these cases. Didn't I say that earlier before I read this? I said the same thing. They have been heisting African-American artists since its inception of African-American recording artists. They have been heisting them for their publishing, their catalogs, and their estate. This is nothing new. Stealing, leaving the families with no legacy. And this has to stop. The same thing we were going through with Angie Stone. They were stealing from her. The same thing, and it hasn't changed. This is the theme of the day with black artists, African-American artists. They take everything they have, and if they don't, they will actually and literally fight the black artists in their estates to take from them for greed, for their own purpose, to line their own pockets, period. It's as simple as that. There's like no in between. It's all about them lining their own pockets. They don't care about the family. It's all a pretend game. This guy said, I'm a civil lawyer who follows high-profile cases, and I'm concerned at how black artists are being manipulated. I just said it a minute ago, and then I'm reading exactly what I'm saying. And there is a common theme to exploit these artists. This has happened with many artists such as Prince. These artists are institutions within themselves, and these people know that. They look at the long money. They look at it. They say, this is long money. Oh, yeah. We going for a ride. This that big money. We're going to take it. We're going to take the family for a ride. And we're going to make them feel like they a little bit crazy too. And in the process, we're going to turn these families members against each other. Because let me tell you guys, it's a cold game. Because what they will do, they'll pick out the weakest family member, get in their head, and try to alliance with that one family member and get that one family member to turn against another one, to divide and conquer while they're stealing. This is a game that they play. Okay? Understand this, man. Y'all think, for all you people thinking that this stuff is just some movie stuff, this is real life. The court filing he was referring to involves a fight between plaintiff Tenco Holdings, right, and multiple defendants. Now, Tenco Holdings is connected to the family of the late Memphis Thomas Peters, who launched the Beale Street Blues Company. Okay, so Tenco Holdings are the ones that have grabbed hold of the B.B. King estate saying, this mine. It's mine. And they're not black, by the way. They're not African American. They're not family members. They're no way connected to the family besides a relationship that Mr. King had with the late Thomas Peters, who launched the Beale Street Blues Company and founded the B.B. King Blues Club on the rundown Beale Street in 1991. So sounds like to me this guy somehow was representing Mr. King at some point, and he came up with the idea, let's do the B.B. King's Blues Club. So he used Mr. King's intellectual property, and doesn't look like he used it with permission. I'm just going off of what I'm seeing, allegedly. Doesn't look like he used it with permission, but he started the B.B. King's Blues Club on Beale Street in 1991, and he passed away. And then, of course, that was passed on. His family members picked that up and ran with it. The redevelopment of what was considered a ghost town brought the stars together with Peters to create an icon destination that paid tribute to King. B.B. King's Blues Club kind of reinvented Beale Street because they said it was a rundown place. But when they put B.B. King's name on it, it kind of reinvented that area. Beale Street is now a hot spot for both music lovers and tourists. Peters, who passed away, who is connected to Tenco, I hope I'm saying it right, Tenco, yes. He owned and operated a restaurant such as B.B. King's Blues Club, Edabina, and Lafayette's Music Room in Memphis, and Moondang Grill in Germantown along the sites in Orlando, Nashville, and Montgomery, Alabama. He died in 2021. Okay? So you kind of see where this is going, right? That's why I said this is part one. Oh, the story gets deep. We're not going to deliver everything on this part one. The theft of a king, part one. We're not going to deliver everything. We're going to get into this because there's some things I'm going to share with you that are not here as to what I'm reading. Okay? I'm going to break some crazy. We're going to break some crazy stuff down. Okay, let's get into this. Members of Peter's family, the gentleman that passed away that opened up the Blues Club, that was a friend of Mr. King's. Members of Peter's family, they now own the Tenco Holdings, LLC, and B.B. King Blues Club and Restaurants, according to public court filings. Those filings allege that Tenco will not allow the King family to open its own restaurants using the star's name anywhere, anywhere else in the world. Now, mind you, I really don't think Mr. King signed, according to what I know, he never signed off his name that you can use my name and my family can't. Here you go. According to what I know, allegedly, right? So Tenco, the family of the Peters gentleman that passed away in 2021, will not allow the King family to open up any restaurants in their father and grandfather's name. That's bullshit. The U.S. Sun, has contacted Sarah Faye Egan, which is Tommy Peters' daughter, and the CEO of Beale Street Blues Company for a comment. But I'm sure they probably didn't. Let's see if they commented. Okay. It's crazy, man. There's a huge battle behind the scenes, you guys. Now the daughter has taken on that battle, and she's like, nah, y'all can't use it, family. Yeah, family. I'm not your real family, but yeah, family, y'all can't use it because we got it. And ain't nothing you going to do about it. And ain't nothing you can do about it because we're going to fight you tooth and nail. On one side, the plaintiff is Tenco Holdings. So Tenco Holdings is the plaintiff. Okay, the people that are using the name are the plaintiff, right? A Tennessee liability company. According to public court documents, the members of the Peters families are the owners of Tenco. Of course, when he passed away, it goes to them. That's the way that works, right? Its opponents battling for financial rights of the icons' relatives are multiple defendants, including Basal Benford, who is chairman of the B.B. King estate in Vegas. So y'all know my brother Basal, right? Legendary producer, writer, arranger. The King Sid is a licensing company jointly owned by King and his late manager. Its sole purpose was to manage and license agreements with Tenco to operate the B.B. King Blues Club. King Sid held no other assets or contracts. So here it is right here, you guys. King Sid held no other assets or contracts. B.B. King's Music Company, LLC, is currently the successors to the King Sid Venture, Ltd. The licensor, it is the holder of all rights to the name and likeness of B.B. King and all intellectual property owned by King. The licensed assets, including all rights previously held by King Sid, according to court filings. The document said that under the matter's license agreements with the Tenco Holdings, in return for the use of licensed assets, the license agreed to pay King Sid royalties. The dispute goes to arbitration in April of 2026. That's coming up. So, Tenco Holdings pretty much has to give rights to the family. And it seems to me they're fighting the family tooth and nail over something that rightfully goes to the family. And my thing is, why not just be 100 and give the family what's supposed to be theirs and work out a deal? Just work out another deal with the family if you want a piece of the pie. You've made millions and millions of dollars already. Tenco Holdings, hey, it's time. The jig is up. The jig is up. It's time to let go and let that family live off the legacy of their father and grandfather. What's the point? What is the point? And what is it that you are trying to achieve by constantly stealing from this family? The defendants are battling for financial rights of the icons' relatives. How can you battle? Tenco, the Peters family, how can you guys battle a family for what's rightfully theirs? Make that make sense somewhere in logic, because it doesn't. It is not, you're not the heir of the shit. It's just the truth. Tenco has no family relationships with King or its descendants. That's why this is fucked up to me. I'm sorry. They're not even related. There's nobody's married into the Peters family. Ain't nobody married his daughter. None of that shit. This is just that old heist shit they do to black people. They do this to black artists. They heist their music. They heist their estate. And then they do this and dare them to come and go after them for what's theirs. They do this all the time. Like, okay, I dare you to take it. You got to give it back. There was never anything signed off to you guys in perpetuity forever that this is yours, take it. You can use his name. His family has no rights. Nobody, there was never an agreement for that. Why are you guys even fighting for some shit that you know you're going to have to give up? I want everyone to know that this is going on in the B.B. King family. You might not know. The media doesn't talk about this. So I'm talking about it. This is part one. This is part one. Part two's coming. The shit gets deep and it gets crazy, you guys. It just gets crazy because why are you fighting the family over what's theirs? Why? Give them their shit. The death of B.B. King has caused the greed of many. The death of B.B. King has caused the greed of many. But his family, they're not even benefiting off of their loved ones passing. and they're suffering, and their estates being stolen right from under their feet, millions of dollars over and over again. But that's about to be rectified. Okay, that's about to be rectified. The Theft of a King, Part 1. The Theft of a King, Part 2 coming. Listen, share this video. This is the same bullshit that they do to African-American artists. Prince, James Brown. We can just keep going. Michael Jackson. They tried it with Abe. They always do. The Theft of a King, Part 1. The Theft of the King, Part 2 coming, you guys. Stone Paxton Music and Life. Thank you for tuning in. Please share this video. We need to share this video. This is not cool. This is not right. The King family deserves more than this, and they deserve justice, and it's coming. Share this video. I'm out. Stone Paxton Music and Life, and I'll talk to you on Part 2. The Theft of the King of a King, Part 2. The Theft of a King, Part 2. Let's go.